You know, the essence of my campaign is, since Smith's been in office, what, 90% of the third district counties have lost population. The cost of planting an acre of soybeans has gone up 300%. Corn, it's like 250%. This is weeding out farmers and ranchers, which is a blow to all of our communities, which is why they're losing population. We're sending our kids out of state. We all know the story. My campaign is about, look, I know I'd be fighting against corporate giants when I go to Washington. But would third district residents rather vote for somebody who's sort of presided over that trend, that erosion of the third district, or someone who wants to fight against it and reverse it and actually magnify these pro-rural programs and have a robust farm bill with a good safety net that's going to stabilize our population of farmers and ranchers? You know, if you add to that Medicare for All, so you're reducing the cost, and I can talk about property tax a little bit here too, but quickly, and I know you guys can't spend your whole day with me, but you know, we could actually bring some vitality back. The thing about Medicare that I like so much, Medicare for All, is that it can free up the entrepreneurial spirit. There are a lot of people that stay in the jobs they have because they absolutely have to have health insurance. They can't take the risk that they would and go out and follow their passion, start a business, because if somebody gets seriously ill, they're ruined. Well, that anxiety is no longer there with a Medicare for All system. So there are many, many ways that we can reverse this and bring vitality. We don't have to continually just get smaller and smaller, more and more sparse out here. And that's the message that I'm trying to deliver. That I'll go, unlike my opponent, I'll go to Washington to fight for rural communities, rural schools. And you know, on the schools note, I know that whenever my opponent is asked about, you know, property taxes, he says, well, that's you know, that's a state issue. It doesn't concern me. And you know, I find that just odd that his constituents who are so burdened by the circumstances as they come to be developed or have shaken out, however you want to put it, would say something like that. And if the third district were a state unto itself, we would be the state that relies heaviest on property tax to fund public schools. And the truth is, all of these schools out here almost exclusively fund their schools on the basis of property tax. And it's an unfair system. I mean, it leaves us with a situation that the United States is just one of the few countries in the world where the children of the wealthy are supported per pupil at a much higher rate than children of the middle class or the children of the poor. And it's because of that 19th century system for funding public education, which was great for the time because that's where the wealth of the nation was at the time, but it isn't any longer. There were some tweaks for state input in the 20th century, but I think it's time to fundamentally rework the way we fund public education in this country, because this is not working. And healthcare is a huge thing as well. You know, they chipped away at the ACA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Premiums are going to go up. The third district, you know, we're not wealthy. The median income in the third district is $10,000 below the national median income. And so we didn't, that tax bill really didn't change the financial picture for many third district people at all. Right. It's actually going to increase the burden on the lowest earning 20% of farmers and ranchers. That's another blow. But I don't think these circumstances are inevitable, and so that's why I'm fighting. I know that these circumstances enrich corporate shareholders. I know that they made Monsanto this enormous multi-global company, ConAgra as well. But it doesn't mean that we, the people, can't take control of this situation again and break up, actually just enforce the antitrust legislation, which of course this administration is not doing. Every year, fewer options for farmers and ranchers, higher prices. There's a lot of things that can be done, I think, to kind of curb that trend. Well, I'd say you got two choices. You can vote for an individual that has presided over the slow erosion of the third district, or you can vote for somebody who plans to stop it and reverse it. We'll fight to stop and reverse it. Instead of just hiding when this administration deals a blow to the third district, I'll be screaming bloody murder. I'll be there to represent the people of the third district. On Adrian to come out and debate. That's obviously something that we feel we might be able to accomplish if we can put enough pressure on him, but I don't think he's going to want to.